the stars and the blockchain sky. Debate on crypto, king of the trade. In the world of coins, his fortune's made. With a click and a beat, he's ahead of the game.
Welcome back again on the BETONG Crypto, a place where we learn crypto with honesty and sincerity. Today, I want us to look at the market forecast. I want us to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. These are the main cryptocurrencies that move the market. We're going to see where Bitcoin is, Ethereum, Solana, and see whether we are going to buy these altcoins or these coins this week. I'm going to be buying this week. I'm going to tell you guys when I want to be buying. I'm going to show you guys key areas in on the chart that we can exploit to wait for that buy opportunity. This is a decisive week for cryptocurrency. As I mentioned on the title, this is going to be a crucial week. We're going to look at what we must be doing to make sure we catch the next big move before it happens. If you're new here, consider smashing that subscribe button. If say you are a returning subscriber, you are welcome. Like the video early as we move straight away into our video for today. Look at the fear and greed index. Oh boy, we are heading back towards the great area. We are now at 24. Today is 38. Like to an extent, I would say 38, but it's in between 24 and 38, which is not bad as compared to what we had last week. We had almost 9%. I think, yeah, when we went down to 9, that was really crucial. But again, when we are fearful in the market, that's the time we want to be looking for that buy opportunity more. And looking at crypto bubbles based on the top 100 coins in the crypto space against BTC for the weekly setup. These are the coins that are doing well. Let me go to the weekly setup. I think I am okay. So looking at the weekly setup, these are the coins that have strength over the week. Ultima, Cast, MKRO, QNT. I've made a video about QNT. If say you want to go check that video, check the video. I uploaded the video this morning. Check it out. It might help you accumulate QNT early. I mentioned there that we can see QNT hit $1,000 next year. So if say you want to get in early, make sure you check my video and see what I mentioned about it. But these are the coins doing well against Bitcoin for the week. For the past 7 days, these are the coins that have been doing well. SPX, wow, let me see SPX. It's like it has been doing so well for the week, 18% so far. And if you see Quant, it has been up for the month 48%, and for the week 19%. So these are top coins that are in the space currently. Now looking at the cryptocurrency market, we see that the current market cap is around 2.92 trillion. We are down like more than almost 2 trillion. Wow, 2 trillion has been wiped out from the market just like that. So I don't know, maybe we're going to be seeing that 2 trillion come back and more. But we have to be careful when we look at the market. We want to buy when we see key areas and price respect those key areas. As I mentioned, I'm going to show you guys most of those key areas in today's video. Before we even go there, I want us to look at the liquidity for Bitcoin this week. I want to go, let's see. Not this one. I'm going to come to this chart later. Yeah, I want to see the liquidity for Bitcoin this week. So let's go to this chart. Let's see if say I'm going to get it here quickly. I want to get the liquidity heat map. Let's see the overview of the heat map, where we are currently and where we might expect Bitcoin to go. I'm gonna go to the chart and I'm gonna give you guys some trades today, like possible trades. Of course, it's gonna be based on the 1 hour time frame and the 50 minutes time frame. So you be patient as Oh, I don't want to open interest, not open interest. What I want is the liquidity heat map, not open interest. And guys, I've made a video on how to use CoinAnk. This is one of my best tool currently, which is helping me to take good trades. Okay, you can see clearly for the next. Let's just go to the weekly setup. This is for the 3 day setup. Looking at the weekly setup, let's see where this bad boy can head to against USDT. Okay, so for now, based on what I'm seeing, I'm gonna go back this on the port chart. I'm gonna back this with the port chart. But for now, you can see we can drop right down to 84K or less. And we can go right up to about 94K or more. Let's say what I'm seeing here currently on the chart is 82,100 and 96,400 on this chart based on the weekly setup, right? And if we look at the daily setup, let's see what we might expect for Bitcoin. This, let's see, for the day. Okay, you can see clearly for the day we have more liquidity above, so we can head right up to 90K. That's why I think for now we can see short term before US market is open. Currently we are in the UK session. We can see price drop right down to $82,000. Let's say 82,450, but the target is higher for today. You can see right up to 95,200. Let's look at Solana. We're gonna back out of this. Let's first of all look at Ethereum for the day. Let's see. Okay, Ethereum for the day, we can still drop right down to $2,700, and we can go right up to $3,160. And for the week, let's see Ethereum for the week. What we might have for Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum might go right up to for the week, almost similar, 3,100 or 3,200, and we can see this bad boy drop right down to 2,700. Let's look at Solana real quick. I have dry lips, guys. Let me. Yeah, my lips was dry. So let's look at Solana real quick. On the weekly setup. Okay, this one is even more interesting. We can see Solana go right up to $140, $150 this week. So you can see we have more liquidity above based on the weekly setup. Wow, and we can go right down to $121.2. You see, we see Bitcoin drop right down to the price point that we saw. Solana can drop right down to $121 dollars. So having said all of this, let's now dive into the chart setup of Bitcoin and see where we are with this bad boy. Okay, now looking at this, I want us to, like we always have to begin with the weekly setup. You know what we have for the week. What can we see based on the weekly setup? Okay, it's very important we always begin with the week to see what we got. Let's see. Okay, so but guys, it's clear based on this weekly setup. Okay, this is Bitcoin market cap, not Bitcoin price. I want us to go to Bitcoin. Let's see this market cap. Okay, so looking at this, we are sitting currently above the 100-day moving average. Okay, we are sitting above the 100-day moving average, and this is a crucial zone. That's why I think, okay, if we are to go more downward, then we can target this liquidity zone around 84 to 80, 84 to let me just say $84,000. Yeah, if I may say, $84,000 should be our target, right? And I'm looking at this now to mean that maybe before US open or towards the end of the US market, or from Monday to Wednesday, we might see price gravitate around this current price point right down to about 84,400. Remember, I told you guys that the target for this the area, what we saw on the liquidity heat map, we saw that Bitcoin can drop right down to 84,400 or 450, and this is the zone here where we can see Bitcoin drop to. And looking at this zone now, I'll say that we might see price reverse from here easily back to the upside. So looking at this and looking at where we are, like what would like looking at on a zoom out so we see something here. So this is the 5-day EMA heading towards this downside, and this is the 13-day EMA. It's about to crisscross the 50-day EMA. So we can easily reverse back, kiss this 5-day EMA before we go towards the 13-day EMA. That's why I think we might go to 92K above or above 92K. We should at least retest the 50-day EMA, because ever since price break that 50 EMA for on the weekly setup, it hasn't gone to retest it. And price hasn't also kissed the 5-day and the 13-day EMA. So price have to kiss this EMA before we can consider anything else, to be serious. So going back now, I want us to look at this on the 4 hours time frame. Let's see. So looking at this now on the 4 hours time frame, you can see this is the area I mentioned, and this area is a critical zone, is the alpha trend zone of interest, and this usually is a zone where price should reverse from. You can see we have attempted this zone multiple times in the past. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost like 6 times on the 4 hours time frame, and we rejected from that zone. And you can see price also came around this area. Yeah, this was the area that we actually made us to price to move to the upside. So we are back there. You can see clearly we are back there. I expect price to reverse from here as soon as possible. Like, that's what I think is gonna happen. This is the 4 hours time frame. We have how many yeah, we still have about 3 hours to go. So I think we are likely to reverse during the like towards the end of the UK session, and during the um the US session. But if we are not able to do that, we might drop down a little bit before we start recovering again, like on Wednesday or Tuesday evening. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking will happen. But because I'm seeing this vector, yeah, if we reject this zone, like if we reject this zone that we are currently, then the chances for us to go higher is high, or to reverse from here is high. And if we go to Ethereum and see whether we can apply the same thing on Ethereum, you're gonna see that, yeah, almost the same thing is gonna be applicable to Ethereum. But the thing with Ethereum is that if we lose this zone here on the 4 hours time frame, then the chances for us to go and make lower lows is high for Ethereum. That's why I think we can even drop right down to $2,700 around this area here. So it's the same thing to it. I think it's the same thing with Bitcoin. We need to hold this zone here around the 2,700 price point, give or take. If we're not able to hold that zone, then we should be looking at lower prices for Ethereum. And I think based on the weekly setup, if let's just go quickly to the weekly setup for Ethereum. I want us to establish something here. You can see Ethereum also need to at least go and kiss the 50-day moving average. But one thing I've seen here is that price has come back to this alpha trend zone. You see, price rejected this zone. You can see 1, 2 times, 3 times now on the weekly setup. So we should be looking at reversal from here. Even if we are not able to see price reverse from here, but you can see in the past this zone held price multiple times. So if we're gonna experience the worst case scenario for Ethereum, we can see Ethereum go right down to about $2,000, okay, or let's say $2,100 for for the worst case scenario for Ethereum. Let's head to Solana. Let's see. Okay, Solana is a little bit tricky, as I mentioned. We can see Solana drop right down to about 121, and it makes sense because if it's gonna drop down to $121, it means it's gonna just be around the 200-day moving average, which is okay. But this should be the zone where we expect reversal to an extent, not like go to make higher high, but some sort of rally from here towards $150, which makes sense because that price point is around this area where we have the alpha trend, so this zone here is an area of interest for Solana. Now, talking about liquidity, I want us to look at USDT dominance because, guys, this is where the money is coming from to the altcoins, or from this to Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana. And I want us to see something here because it's not like where we are is really, really, I'll say, okay. In the past, you can see we didn't succeed to close above, like, a full candle wasn't able to close above this area. But now that I'm looking at this currently, we might see this candle continue moving to the upside, right? To target this high again or to attempt this high again. But if we look at what has been happening in the past, this should fail at one point along the way and then drop back down here. But because the alpha trend has printed a buy signal, yeah, then we can expect this to reverse a little bit towards where the alpha trend is moving. You can see the alpha trend is moving to the upside. Yeah, so we can expect this to drop down a little bit, right down to 5.64%. That's why I mentioned in the group that we are in the bear market zone. Don't consider buying, like, swing trading right now long term. You can look for more shorts than longs now. Like doing, let's say, during the US session, we might be looking for longs, for shorts more than longs, right? Yeah, I think so. But in this case, let's just wait to see what will happen from now to Wednesday. And if we see positive movement in the market, then it might mean that we're gonna see, like during the US session or towards the end of the UK session, we are gonna see Bitcoin reverse back to about or above 90K. That should be an area of interest if we are going to be looking at um, you know Bitcoin to give us that flavor, because Bitcoin need to reverse, guys. You need to reverse to give us like real like, again, I think there are areas where we should, like, it should be a good thing for Bitcoin to reverse to that area. If not, then we might not really get that awesome move that we need to see happen with other altcoins. And if we look at other altcoins, I'm gonna tell you guys something, like, I'm like being honest with you guys. Okay, let's just pick a random altcoin here. Let me see which one can I pick. Um, let me see. Let me just go to my altcoin list. I'm gonna show you something, and you can look for it on your. You can look for it in your altcoins also. So let's pick Audi randomly. So this is Audi. Okay, Audi went right up to almost $100. It can still go there, but let me tell you something which is gonna happen before it goes there. Now look at the daily setup for Audi. Okay, look at what happened here. This dump here right down to about $1 or like 0.946. This dump here wasn't an ordinary dump. This was based on high liquidity, liquidations. So the market makers lose money doing this. That's why they have to at one point bring back price down. They recover this, like this buyback that they did right up here. They have to make that money back. So they are gonna fill this liquidity here, these gaps here that you are seeing, this zones that you this week, you're gonna fill all of these weeks here. That's why if you look at other coins, like for example, let me just bring in some another coin like Mock coin. You see Mock coin, they are about to fill it. Bread's coin, they are also gonna be about to fill it. Pom Fund, they're gonna fill it. You know, Aerodrome, let's see if they fill it. They're gonna fill Aerodrome also. Guys, don't rush to buy any altcoin now. You can DCA now, of course, but be rest assured that until we see price get back there to these zones that this imbalance, I'll call it imbalance in the market, then we should not be looking at anything serious to happen with altcoins. Okay, so you can see Asta. Asta for me is different in the sense that it can easily move to the upside anytime from now. Looking at what I'm seeing here currently, so based on this current price action, we can see Asta easily move from where it is. I think Asta at this price is a jackpot. Now, why am I telling you guys all of this? I'm saying this all of this. I'm saying this to you guys because I want you guys to be ready. Don't think that the dump is over. No, it's not over yet. We can still go more and more and more downward. Even Solana can drop down to about $100. Okay, don't think that we are out of the woods yet. Now let's go to the liquidity section of Bitcoin. Let's see real time. I told you guys I want to give you guys some trades today for Bitcoin. On Let's look at this real quick on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. Now, based on this, you can see clearly that we have liquidity, guys. Like, look at this. Look at these orders that are below price. For here, we have 12 million worth of perpetual order around 84,644. Look here, we have this 9 million here too, or these are all orders 1 million, 5 million. If you go down here, you're gonna see this 8 million, 6 million, 1 million, 8 million, 2.9 million, 3 million, 1 million, 5 million. Guys, if you keep going down, you see these orders. These are buy orders. There are people who are waiting for price to drop. They want price to drop. And if you understand the way the market moves, right? The market makers always drive price towards where there's high liquidity. That's how they make money. They make money by feeding others, liquidating um, people who are in high leverage. So looking at these zones, I can say that they can easily drop price to 70K. You can see clearly, like, guys, don't take this for granted. That's why I think if we are going to see altcoins dump to fill those gaps, that the imbalances that I mentioned on those few altcoins, then Bitcoin need to drop a little bit more downward long term. Like, I might say, okay, um, I might say that we might see Bitcoin stay above or make a huge move to the upside, but it might be a short move. We can see Bitcoin move to 100K, then down back to about 66 or 70K. I can see Sweet Papa Willow says, I'm looking at the 66K level. Quant 66K level. Quant MM12 is showing tremendous weakness as the Japan carry over trades 2.0 is going to hit hard. Yeah. That's also something. Yeah, I think so. But again, let's just see how US is gonna react to price, and if US react positively, then we can expect all coins to do well. And let's also drop down here to this footprint. Let's see, based on the footprint, what do we got here on? Let's see. I love this, guys. I love this. I love doing this. Let's go to the future. Okay. Now, what is happening currently? It tells me that they want to reverse price. Whenever I see this, I've made a video about the CoinAnk. Again, I'm going to recommend those of you who are yet or you are still looking for ways to succeed in the crypto space. There are tools that can really help you, like this one, CoinAnk. Okay, it can really help you to make a difference. And I have been using this for a while now, and I've been really enjoying it. Okay, when I see bubbles like this signifies that they have liquidated a lot of people, and they want to start marking price back to the upside. That's why I think from where we are currently, we can easily go up. So let me just take off these bubbles for now. I want to see large, like big liquidations. Yeah. So I want to see. Okay, now we have hit 15.7K delta, and let's see. The volume also is increasing. I think we're gonna take all of this, imbalance zone here, right down to about 83 or 84 price point around this area. Yeah, from there, then we can easily reverse back to the upside. Okay, so I think we're gonna come back for this liquidity here around 84,570 before we reverse back to the upside. So guys, that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Let me just go straight away to the chart of Bitcoin. I'm gonna give you guys the zones exactly on the chart so you can take advantage of it. Let's drop to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, you can see. Um I think one of my trades, I was buying something. I think I was buying Solana. Was that in Solana trades? Let me see where Solana is currently. Let's see. Honestly, if say I was liquidated from my trade. Okay, so this is actually a buy for Solana right now. Like if you want to get in, this is the best time to get in right now. Um, I'm gonna get into this trade, guys, right now on my phone. Let me see. Yeah, I was liquidated, but I'm gonna get into the trade right now again. Um, let me see. I'm saying so because of this vector candle, and yeah, let me just first of all go into the trade right now before anything else. Solana. Mm, 126 is my stop loss. Not long right now. Yes, I'm in the trades right now. And I'm in the trades. I have a tight stop loss. Very tight one. Very tight one. Around one my I think I should have my stop loss at 125, not 126. I think so. Um yeah, I'm already up $10. You can see. I'm already up. Crazy. Let me just change my stop loss TP to 125. Yes. I think we should reverse from here to an extent. And my target, let me show you my target for Solana. I'm gonna target all of this vector here. All of this vector you see here. So right up to the high of the day, it's gonna be around $38. So my target is $38 for Ethereum. Let me go quickly and set up this. My take profit is gonna be at $38. No, $138. Yep. Okay. Now looking at let's see if say this almost the same thing with Bitcoin. I think yeah, I think so. You can see this is the entry for Bitcoin. If you want to enter the trades, you can enter the trade now, but make sure your stop loss is below here, at least below here 84,500. This should be the trade, and you can target this high here 91K for Bitcoin. Okay, we might see Bitcoin go there 91K, but the first TP zone should be around let's see around 87,800, or let's say $88,000 should be your first TP zone. Okay, before anything else. But this should be the entry, no doubt. I think the same thing with Solana. I mean, with Ethereum. Let's say Ethereum. Let's see. Yeah, you can see Ethereum the same thing. I think I'm gonna take a trade also on Ethereum. Because I think Ethereum is gonna move fast as well as Bitcoin. You can see this vector here. It signifies bullish, or even though we are still below the 50-day EMA on the 50 minutes time frame. But I think this should be the candle that reverse to take us back to the upside. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And yeah, um, if you enjoyed the video, guys, do like, share. See you guys the next one. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.